Thank you all so very, 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 very much. You all look beautiful. Thank you for being here. Give yourselves a round of applause. I want to thank everyone for coming out on this opportunity to celebrate and elevate the contributions, the life, and humanity of our immigrants in this city. I'm going to make just a few opening remarks, and then we're going to have a few speakers come and talk about their lives and their opportunities and celebrations of being in the United States and here in America. Let me start first by thanking one of our neighboring mayors from Edgewater, the Honorable Mayor Chris Teagarden, for joining us. Where did he go? Back here, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I want to thank members of our Sheriff's Department, Denver Fire Department, and of course, the great members of our Denver City Council for joining us as well. Please give them a round of applause. We're going to get to some of the organizations and individuals who are here with us in just a moment, but let me share just a few words and we'll get to our honored speakers today. I want to share the fact that Denver is proud to join with cities across the nation today to stand for our people and declare March 21st Denver's Immigration Day of Action. In America, to stand for those who have immigrated to this country means standing for nearly every person who has called this great nation home. This nation is based on the notion that people from somewhere else came to this new world to forge a new path. And in Denver, we stand for the same ideal, for those who have immigrated to this city, ready to live a better life, ready to raise their families, and ready to contribute to the beautiful fabric of a diverse city. An immigrant is your police officer, your plumber, your kid's teacher, your neighborhood grocer. An immigrant is your next door neighbor, your co-worker, your friend. An immigrant is your mother, or your grandmother, or your great-great-grandmother. An immigrant is not criminal. Now, let me pause right there for a moment and be very clear. We must resist allowing the violent actions of so few to dictate how we define the thousands who have come to the United States, to Colorado, to Denver, to build a life here. I would not be the leader you elected me to be if I allowed innocent, honorable, and contributing members of our community to be thrust into the shadows of our society because of stereotypes and labels. To do so, we only allow for more violence and crime to hide in the shadows as well. George Washington, the founding president of this great nation, once said, "America is open to receive not only the opulent and respected stranger, but the oppressed and persecuted of all nations and religions, whom we shall welcome to a participation of all of our rights and privileges." And for 160 years, a shining beacon of liberty has welcomed people, the tired, the poor, the huddled masses, yearning to breathe free to our shores. Denver chooses to emulate itself in the promise of this country, a promise that still rings true and will continue to ring true. We choose to receive and welcome people to Denver who want to make a good life for themselves and contribute to our great city. We welcome you. We will not shield violent criminal behavior, period. We will, however, support the success of all our people and will do everything we can to afford each and every person the privileges, rights, and opportunity they earn through their hard work and contributions to our city. And we will reject divisive rhetoric that only promises to shatter our moral standing in the eyes of the world. Today, as you can see, I am joined by the beautiful and diverse people who helped to make Denver the best city to live in America. Our government is not alone in these commitments. We are surrounded by our people who have stepped up, people of faith, and organizations that are supporting our residents who are afraid and uncertain about their families and their own futures right now. They have come to tell their stories and shine a light on what it means to be an immigrant in Denver. And with that, you're going to hear the following speakers in this order. First, PC Chanthavong, a good friend and one of our dedicated men in uniform. He is one of our great officers of the Denver Police Department. Marjorie, Silva, small business owner, Azucar Bakery. Silva Park, Focus Point Director of Workforce and Economic Development. Jonas Noor, a senior at Thomas Jefferson High School. And you will hear from representatives from the Colorado Immigrant Rights Coalition and the African community. Please help me welcome to the podium Denver Police Officer PC Chanthavong.
Wow, what an honor. Thank you, Mayor. It is an honor for me to serve, for the city and county of Denver as a police officer. I was always, humbled at the opportunity that was given me for this, in this career. Now, going back to my career, I've had a total of 23 years as a police officer, 16 with the city and county of Denver. Started here as a resident of Denver back in 1978. But before that, I was born in the country of Laos. 1975, when the communists came into our country, we basically escaped into Thailand. And in Thailand, we spent about 3 years in a refugee camp, not knowing basically what our futures, are going to be. And so many, hundreds of thousands of people who share the same story. I have friends and family that are still here in the city and county of Denver who are residents, the employers that share this story as well. So it was a very, a hard time, but nevertheless, in the 3 years that we spent in the refugee camp waiting, being vetted, and, waiting for the opportunity. And so the opportunity came in 1978 when my family were offered, granted a visa to come to the United States. We landed November 28, 1978 at Stapleton International Airport. We didn't have the usual luggage like your most travelers. We had whatever we had on. I was wearing a pair of sandals, cut-off shorts, and ropes for a belt. And that's how I came to the United States. Thanks to all the support, that we've gotten, my family and I, from this city, this great city, we were able to, have opportunities. My parents went to Emily Griffith to learn English, basically, and then once my father, was able to obtain a job, then we were off of, any assistance. And from then on, the family just basically, and the community, that arrived here at the same time, basically just helped each other. And with the assistance of the community, we were able to, stand on our own 2 feet and go from there. So as a proud, immigrant, now a United States citizen, I am honored to be here, to give back to the community that has given me so much. And thank you.
Hi, my name is Marjorie Silva, owner of Azucar Bakery located in Denver. I came to the United States 17 years ago. I began baking in my native land, Peru, but always had the dream of coming to the United States to open my own bakery. This might be the land of opportunities, but things don't come easy. In order to achieve my dream, I had to work really, really hard and take lots of business classes. I opened my first store in 2006, and after I grew in my small location, I moved to a much larger store in 2011. I have now 15 employees, including some members of my family. Azucar Bakery does much more than supplying Denver with the best Peruvian desserts and cakes. Azucar has provided my family with a stable source of income and also allowed me to create economic opportunities for other families. I'm also very proud to say that my bakery has received multiple awards and recognitions by Westward, 5280 Magazine, The Knot, and very many others. We also wholesale our Peruvian cookies at Whole Foods. So the point here is that we are not here to take advantage of anybody. We are smart, hardworking people that we just want to be part of the community. And I'm Marjorie Silva. I'm from Denver, Colorado, and this is home.
All right.
Hi, my name is Slavica Park, and I'm a... Let's try this again. Better? Hi, my name is Slavica Park, and I'm a refugee from Bosnia. I'm also proud to say that I have been a citizen of the U.S. for 15 years, and it was just this past Friday that marked the 20 years since I was first welcomed here in this beautiful city. When I first arrived to Denver, I needed two things. First, I needed a safe place to call home, a place where I could heal from emotional wounds caused by a horrible civil war back home in Bosnia. I lost everything in the war, from some family members to home to basically everything. And what I needed was a place to belong to. I needed a place to call home again. Second, I also needed to be given an opportunity to build a new life. Denver allowed me to use my skills and work ethic in order to work and become a productive member of this community. Thank you. Thank you, Denver. Throughout my professional career, I was fortunate enough to work in a capacity that enabled me to help other refugees and immigrants to find that same welcoming space where they could achieve their dreams and build better lives for themselves and their families. It is through that work that I was able to see the power and the beauty of the diversity of this wonderful city. The Denver community has given us, refugees and immigrants, a lot. At the same time, I feel that we too have brought many gifts to this community. We bring our deeply rooted family values, our multiple talents, our work ethic, our entrepreneurial spirit, but most of all, we bring our gratitude and love for the country that has given us a hope and a second chance to succeed. It is that wonderful dynamic of giving and receiving that helps us all create this beautifully diverse fabric of our city, of our country, and it is that inclusivity that makes us all better and enriches our spirit. In my current role as the Director of Economic and Workforce Development at Focus Points, I've realized that I, as a refugee, as an immigrant, have come a full cycle for the past 20 years I have been here. I am now in a position where I am able to help the community in Global and Illyria Swansea by providing them with the jobs and helping them build work skills that they need to succeed, which gives me to that final gift that I feel that we refugees and immigrants bring to this community, which is our drive to succeed and our big desire to give back to a community that's been kind to us. Thank you.
Jonas?
Hello, my name is Jonas Alinor. Firstly, I'd like to thank the mayor of Denver, Hancock, for this opportunity. Sorry.
Take your time.
So, I'm a senior at Thomas Jefferson High School. I wore my DECA shirt to represent the school because it's supposed to represent what I stand for. Thank you. Go Spartans. And so, I was born in Africa, Kenya, in a refugee camp. We were put in the refugee camp because originally when my parents lived in Somalia. There was a war that happened. We were just farmers at that time. We didn't have the ability to protect ourselves. So, I mean, thousands died, and from that point, everyone moved over to the refugee camp in Kenya to find some peace and some help. So from that point, I was born, and it was I was at 6 years old when I came to the United States. So some of the stuff I remember from moving to the United States was the bus and the airplane ride and moving through customs. It was at that time I didn't know what was going on, and it was all a scary experience. But when I made it to the United States, it was something else. I mean, the first thing I remember when I came to the United States was my mom being pressed over the refrigerator. It was the most advanced technology that she's ever seen. I mean, she was like in my country, you make food, and then it rots the next day. You got to throw it away. Now we have technology to be able to preserve this, and it was. I was like captivated by how surprised she was over this, and I'm like, this is, and it was like an everyday appliance for most people. So, so getting used to the American culture was a very difficult experience. I mean, you couldn't tell that. I mean, for my fluency in English that I was from Africa, but I mean, learning a new language, getting used to this new culture was, as I said, a very difficult experience, but I mean, it was all worth it. We have 7 people in our family, and my mom, she's a single parent, and so she's raising us. And because the polygamy in our culture, I didn't see my dad much, so I had to become a stern, strong leader. And I take that deeply. I take that value everywhere I go. I'm gonna be the first person in my family to go to college, and this is, thank you. And this is just, it's incredible how far I've made it. And I mean, I've been in multiple organizations, but the one that has like spoken the most to me was Platform. They've provided me with a group of people who understand exactly what I've gone through, and they provided me with the equipment and the support I needed to be able to transform myself into a mature adolescent. And all of this is just the beginning. I'm going to keep going. Just a senior right now, next year, college, freshman, and afterwards, I'm trying to go into either environmental science or engineering, and I mean, it's really stuck to me. So I couldn't have done this without America, and I want everyone else to have the same experience. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Juan Gallegos, and I am the Director of Civic Engagement and Legal Services for the Colorado Immigrant Rights Coalition, also known as CIRC. CIRC is a statewide membership-based coalition of immigrant, faith, labor, youth, community, business, and ally organizations funded in 2002 to improve the lives of immigrants and refugees by making Colorado a more welcoming, immigrant-friendly state. And we have been doing that for almost 15 years now. The main reason we do what we do is because our immigrant community members not only bring diversity and culture to our city, but they also bring a passion for improving our communities, a passion for entrepreneurship, and through their labor, they bring economic activity that employs more than 83,000 Coloradans. According to a recent study by the New American Economy, in 2015, the foreign-born paid an estimated $3.3 million in taxes in the state of Colorado. In the past 2 years alone, the Colorado Immigrant Rights Coalition, with the support of our funders and the city of Denver, has been able to help over 2,300 people begin the application process for citizenship. We plan to continue this partnership with the city while we continue to expand the ways in which we collaborate to protect the members of our community in general, and to protect especially those who are directly impacted by any heightened enforcement efforts. We will continue to work with allies like the City of Denver, with members like Romaine and with partner organizations like Mi Familia Vota and the Colorado People's Alliance to continue to win justice for immigrants for years to come. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Melissa Thiessen. I am the Managing Director for the ECDC African Community Center. I recently welcomed an Iraqi mother and her 2 daughters at Denver International Airport. The 16-year-old daughter asked me when she could start school and if she could get a part-time job. She had been living in a refugee camp for the past 4 years and had not had access to school. She wants to be an engineer. What blossoms when refugees arrive in Denver is what we see across our city: resilience, growth, reciprocal learning, and a vibrant community. Refugee resettlement has been a part of America's social fabric since the end of World War II. Since this time, refugees have become entrepreneurs, teachers, citizens, politicians, and volunteers across America. Of the 21 million refugees across the world, approximately 2,000 new refugees join us here in Colorado each year. These individuals are warmly greeted by one of the 3 refugee resettlement agencies here in Denver. These include the African Community Center, Lutheran Family Services, and the International Rescue Committee. Refugees fill voids in our employment sector, build nonprofit organizations that give back, invite us to celebrate beautiful traditions, pursue higher education, co-found major corporations, and become active and engaged citizens. A recent 4-year integration study in Colorado proved that refugees integrate into our community as they improve English language capacity, gain employment, and build friendships across cultures. In the last year alone, a Bhutanese Nepali high school junior won the Princeton University Award in Race Relations. One of African Community Center's Burmese refugee community members grew a successful Thai restaurant. A man who came as a refugee from Sudan is now a member of our state patrol. And just this past Sunday, a refugee from Afghanistan, who is part of our We Made This Sewing Social Enterprise, won the Women to Watch Award. Refugees continuously prove to be extraordinary members of our community. I want to thank the City and County of Denver for warmly welcoming and including refugees. And I want to thank Mayor Michael Hancock for pioneering this welcoming spirit. Thank you.
I just want to say that I hope you were inspired by the stories of our neighbors who spoke today. This here is community. This here is the America that I grew up believing in. Thank you all very much. I want to thank our speakers today. In addition to our speakers, we have in the group here today the Acting Consul General of Mexico, Consulate Guzman is here, DPS Superintendent Tom Boasberg and Susana Cordova, representatives, yes, give them a round of applause. Yeah, I'll wait for you. Give them some love. Representatives from the nonprofit partners, including Colorado Immigrant Rights Coalition, African Community Center, Lutheran Family and Refugee Services, Rocky Mountain Immigrant Advocacy Network, the Colorado African Organization, and Mi Familia Vota. Please give all of our partner organizations a round of applause. Now, I want to announce an initiative that we're undertaking starting today as well, to honor and highlight the contributions of our immigrant histories. Today we are launching the Our Immigrant Stories initiative in partnership with Denver Public Libraries. And I know Michelle Jeske is here somewhere, our city librarian. Where are you, Michelle? Thank you. Looking cool in her shades. The library will chronicle the stories of Denver's people. And so we're asking people to go to denverpubliclibrary.org/Our Immigrant Stories. That's denverpubliclibrary.org/Our Immigrant Stories, and share the immigrant story of your family. I want to thank everyone for coming again, and I'm going to ask all Denver residents as we close to learn from each other. Commit to learning from one another. Commit to respecting each other's humanity. Commit to honoring each other's rights, and commit to appreciating each other's contributions. God bless you. God bless Denver, and God bless United States of America.